Hey guys, welcome to this video lecture. In this video lecture, we are going to see the use of where clause in the selection statement. So let us get started. We will use Sakila database. So here we are using the Sakila database. Now we are going to write a very simple query to select all the rows from table film. And if I execute this, it is going to show us all the rows from the table film. Now this is very simple selection operation and we have seen it earlier. Now if I want to include a condition or a criteria or a filter for selection of specific rows, then I will have to use the where clause in this query. Where rental rate equals to 0.99, and if I execute it, this is the output. So here we are able to see all the films where rental rate is equal to 0.99. So this is all about the where clause. Basically, as I told you already, where clause is used for applying some sort of filter on the result set. So whatever is there in where clause, only that data will be shown in the result set. So now this is about numeric data. Now we can even filter the character data in the where clause. I'm just going to say title equals to alone trip. Probably we are going to get only one or two rows because this is the title of the movie and it is supposed to be unique. And this is the output. Yes, we have only one record where we have alone trip in the title. Okay, so this is the output of the query. So this is how we can compare the character data as it is. Now we are going to see the comparison conditions. So this is the very simple comparison condition equal to, I'm just going to say greater than 0.99, copy, and here less than 0.99. Okay, so obviously there is nothing less than 0.99, but there will be plenty of movies where rental rate is going to be more than 0.99. Similarly, we can have even greater than equal to or less than or equal to. Let me copy this, equal to and less than or equal to. So let me execute this and this is the output. This is the output. So let me copy this and paste it. So this is the not equal to condition. So this means that it is going to show us all the records that are not equal to 0.99, and there is another way of writing this. Let's execute this. So this is how we can use different comparison conditions. So this is how we can use the where clause, the equal to operator, not equal to operator, and different comparison conditions to filter out the record. We have also seen how we can use the text data in the where clause in order to filter the text fields. So thanks a lot for watching this video lecture. I hope that you understood all the points that I have explained here in this video lecture. Now I want you to go ahead and try all these type of various conditions in the where clauses for select queries on different tables in Sakila database, because we know that there are lots of tables in Sakila database and you can definitely practice all these queries with those tables. Thanks a lot once again, and I will see you next time. Hey guys, welcome to this video lecture. In this video lecture, we are going to see between and in keywords in MySQL. So let us get started. As always, we are going to use the Sakila database. Now, let us select title and rental rate from table film. So in the earlier lecture, we have already seen the use of where clause. So in case I want to select a range of values, then we need to use between and clause. Then we need to use between and keyword. So let us see how we can do that. So here I am going to say where rental rate between 0.5 and 3. So this is going to show us all the rental rates between 0.5 and 3. So let me execute it, and this is the output. Now this is all about between and. So this is usually used for numeric type of columns, and let us see now how we can use the in keyword. So I'm going to add a comment here, and let us see how we can use in keyword. Or let's copy the where stuff also. Okay, where rental rate in 0, 0.99, 2.99, 4.99. So if I execute this, this is going to show us the output. Okay, and if you observe closely the output, the rental rate is one of these 4 values. Okay, so this is not a range. This actually compares with all the values in the rental rate, and it selects only the values that are there in this in part of the query. So this is how we can use the in keyword with the numerical data, and similarly we can even use it with character data. So here I'm just going to say title, and I'm going to mention the values. Arizona Bang, Arabia Dogma, so if I execute this, this is going to show us 2 records, Arabia Dogma and Arizona Bang. These are the titles of the movies, because it compared the titles with the strings here in the in keyword in the where clause. So this is how we can use in for numeric and text comparison. So in this video lecture, we saw how we can use between and in for filtering out the records. So thanks a lot for watching this video lecture. Do let me know if you have any questions, queries, or comments about this video lecture. Thanks a lot once again, and I will see you next time. Hey guys, welcome to this video lecture, and in this video lecture we are going to have a look at null and like operator. So let us get started. We have already seen null. Null means nothing but absence of data. So null doesn't mean 0 for numeric columns, and it certainly doesn't mean empty string for text columns. Now we are going to see a small example where the query is going to return data set where the values for few members is null. So here in the original language ID, we have a few null records. Now if I want to see all the records where original language ID is null, then probably you might be thinking that we can write a query like this. Equals to null. So that is the query that you might be thinking of. But if you write this sort of query, you are not going to get anything, because basically null is absence of data, so you cannot compare it with anything. You cannot even compare it with another null using equality operator. That's why we have an operator known as is. Okay, so if you just say is null, then it is going to return us the data where original language ID is null. Okay, so remember that this is the incorrect query. This query is not correct. Okay, so though it might seem like returning nothing, the query is not correct. So the correct query is this one where we are using the is operator, and this is very important because you cannot compare null with equality operator. You need to have is operator in your query. So this is all about using the is operator whenever data is null. So you can actually even use it for character column or a numeric column. So whenever you find that there is null value stored in a particular row for a particular column, you can just go ahead and use is null to filter out such sort of records. Now we are going to check how we can compare string patterns with like operator and wildcards. So I'm just going to run this query, and I'm going to retrieve the entire data set again. Okay, now here the film name is Ace Goldfinger. So where title equals to Ace Goldfinger. So I'm going to execute it now, and it is going to return a record that reads Ace Goldfinger in title. Okay, so we have seen that we can compare the character or text fields with a string using equality operator like this. But what if I want to look for a pattern? So suppose I want that my result set should contain all the strings that start from capital A and followed by 0 or more characters. So for that we need to use the like operator. So here in place of equality we can use like operator. So I'm going to show you an example, a very simple example first, and then we can move towards a bit more complex examples. So here I'm going to set like, and this is A and %. So if I execute this, this is going to return the list of all the records where title begins from uppercase A. Okay, so here % means 0 or more characters, and those could be any characters in our alphabet. Okay, English alphabet. It could be an uppercase or lowercase character, and it could be 0 or more number of characters. Now we can also check for the strings where second character is A, and that is possible by something like this. Okay, so underscore means exactly one character. So our pattern is something like our string should have exactly one character in the beginning, and then it should be followed by capital A, and then it could be followed by 0 or more characters of any type. Okay, so I guess an empty string will not be returned if there is any. Okay, so suppose if any title has got empty string, which is not possibility here because this is the database for movies. Okay, but in case there is an empty string, it will not match this criteria, and all the strings that do not have capital A as the second character will not be returned. Okay, so let's go ahead and execute it. So here we can see an interesting pattern. Okay, so all the titles have got capital A as the second character and followed by 0 or more number of characters in the title. Similarly, I want to see something that is ending with capital E. Okay, 0 or more characters and ending with capital E. That is the description of our string. So I'm going to execute it now, and you will see that we are able to see that the titles here, they end with uppercase E. So this is how we can match the string patterns using wildcards. So this underscore and percent, they are known as wildcards in SQL. So if you work with any SQL engine like Oracle or MySQL or any other database, relational database that uses SQL, then you will find this facility. Okay, so you will find this like operator and you can match the patterns using underscore and percent. So underscore means exactly one character and percent means 0 or more characters, and those could be any characters in our alphabet and the even numeric characters and symbols and all. Okay, and also those could be anything, right? They could be uppercase or lowercase. So basically our entire ASCII stuff will be there mostly. Okay, whatever is there in the character set of that particular database engine. So this is how you can work with strings and patterns, and you can compare them using like operator. So let's have a small review of this video lecture. So in the beginning we saw what null is. We just had a review because null is an important concept and you must know what null is and how to work with null. Okay, and then after that review of null, we saw how we cannot compare null using equality operator, and we need to use the is operator to compare null with the data in any column. Then we saw how we can compare the strings character by character using equality operator, and then how we can compare the string patterns using like operator and wildcards. We saw two wildcards, underscore that stands for exactly one character and percent that stands for 0 or more characters. So do let me know if you have any questions, queries or suggestions on this video lecture. Now there is a lot of character data in all the tables of the Sakila database. You can go ahead and practice all these queries there, and you create your own interesting patterns and check the strings for those interesting patterns. That can be done. So it is going to improve your understanding of wildcards and like operator. So thanks a lot once again, and I will see you next time. Hey guys, welcome to this video lecture. In this video lecture, we are going to see the usage of logical operators for filtering the records. So we have already seen how we can use the where clause for applying a filter on our result set, but we have seen that we can use only a single condition with the where clause for filtering out the records. Now we are going to see how we can use multiple conditions in the where clause with the use of logical operations. So let's use Sakila and then select star from film. So as of now we don't have any filter, I am going to have a small filter where length is greater than equal to 30. So if I execute this is going to give us the title that have lengths greater than or equal to 30. So presumably 30 means 30 minutes, I guess. Now if I want to have another condition like title like a%, and if I execute this is going to throw an error. Okay, so this is the error. So it says you have an error in SQL syntax. Okay, because our database engine is not able to interpret this query. So in order to make it interpret, I can just say and whenever both the conditions are true, it is going to return us that particular row. Okay, so this is the AND operator. Similarly, we can have OR operator. I'm just going to copy this and paste it like this. Here if I say OR, then when any one of these conditions is fulfilled by that particular record, the database engine is going to return us the record. So this is the output. Now we have already seen the between and in operators. So we are going to see now how we can rewrite those queries that we have seen earlier with between and in. Okay. So this is the query. So it says select title rental rate from film where rental rate between 0.5 and 3. So I'm just going to rewrite it. So I'm just going to copy this entire query as it is, paste it, greater than equal to and less than or equal to 3. Okay. So the output of both the queries will be same. So this between and gives us just a better way and reduced syntax to write these queries with the logical operations like these. So I'm just going to execute it. The output of both the queries is exactly going to be the same. So this is the output. And similarly, we have a query that utilizes in. So I'm just going to copy this and I'm going to say title exactly equals to or. Title exactly equals to. So let's run our original query first and then we can run the modified query. So this is our original query, it returns us 2 rows, and this is our modified query, this returns us 2 rows. So this is how we can rewrite our queries with and or logical operations. So we know the truth table for and, we also know the truth table for or. In case you don't know, you can refer any book on discrete mathematics or digital electronics and check the truth tables of AND operation and OR operation. Okay, AND is basically when all the conditions are true, then the output is true, and for OR, if any condition is true, then the output is true. And then we are now going to see the logical complement or NOT operation. So that is easy. So I'm just going to say not in, and it is going to return me all the rows that don't have their titles in Arizona Bang and Arabia Dogma. And those will be quite a lot of records because only 2 films have got these names. Okay, so now we can even rewrite it. So I'm just going to say and this is the output. Okay, so basically this query and this query is same. So this is how we can use in, not in, and or logical operations on our SQL queries, and we get results accordingly. We can actually have multiple conditions here in the where clause by combining them with and or. So I hope that you understood the concepts that I have explained and demonstrated. So I want you to go ahead and write your own queries for the tables that are there in the Sakila database for practicing and improving your understanding of logical operations. So thanks a lot once again, and I will see you next time. Hey guys, welcome to this video lecture. In this video lecture, we are going to see how we can sort the records that have been retrieved. So let's get started. I'm going to use the Sakila database as always. So let us write very simple queries for sorting. So if I say select star from film, so we get the records, but the records are not sorted. So in case I want to sort, I can just go ahead and say order by title. So the records will be sorted according to the title alphabetically. So if it is a character column, they will be sorted alphabetically. If it is a numeric column, they will be sorted according to value of the members. Okay. Now this is ascending order. Okay. And it is the default order. You can explicitly tell it to order it in the ascending order by just saying ASC and if I just copy and say DESC, then it is going to sort it in the descending order. So the meaning of these two queries is same. Basically, whenever we say order by with some particular column name, then it automatically sorts it in ascending order implicitly. If you want to make it explicit for better readability and understanding, you can just make sure that you add this ASC keyword. And if you want to sort it in the descending order, you can just say DESC. So this is how we can sort with a single column. Now we can even sort by column alias. And let us see how we can do it. So I'm just going to copy this. Select title as name. Comma description from film and order by name. So here we have name as an alias and we are ordering it by name. Okay, so by default it is ascending order as we haven't specified anything. Okay, and we can even order it in the descending order. So let me execute it. And this is the output. So finally, we can order everything by multiple columns. And that is also very easy. So I'm just going to say select rental rate, title, comma, description from film, order by rental rate, title, and if I execute this, This is the output. This is the rental rate and title and description. Okay. And it is ordered by first rental rate, and after that it is ordered by title. So suppose if you have the films with multiple films with the same rental rate, then again that data is going to be ordered by title. Now we can also use ascending and descending in this. Okay, I can just say DESC, so that here you are able to see A. Now you will be able to see the stuff from Z probably, or other characters. Yes. So this is how we can sort the data in our result set with order by clause. So we have seen how we can do it with a single column, how we can explicitly mention that it is in ascending order, how we can order it by descending order, and then how we can use multiple columns and how we can sort by the column alias. So do let me know if you have any questions, queries or comments about this video lecture. Thanks a lot for watching this video lecture, and I will see you next time. Hey guys, welcome to this video lecture. In this video lecture, we are going to see how we can work with dates with MySQL. So we know that apart from numeric and text data types, we have a time related data type that is known as date. So let us see. We have select star from rental, and if I execute this, it is going to return us rows. Now you can see that there are three types of dates here: rental date, return date and last update date. So as of now, just ignore the last update date and let's focus on return date and rental date. So these are two dates that signify when this particular film was rented out and when it was returned. So basically this is the rental database, and if I say DESC rental and if I execute this, it returns us the table structure. So let us have a look at it in detail. So here you can see the rental ID is an integer, rental date and return date, these are date time, and last update is basically a timestamp. So as of now, we are just going to focus on date time, and we are going to see how we can work with date time for retrieval of data. Now if I just say select star from rental where rental date equals to 2005 hyphen 05 24 22 53 30. So if I execute this, this is going to return us the row that has rental date equal to the date that we have specified. So this is how we can compare the rental date as it is, or any sort of date as it is, the entire date as well as the time when it was. Now we can also say something like copy. Basically you have to mention the date in the string format, and this is the string format it recognizes. So it is year, month and day, and this is minutes. This is hours, minutes and seconds. So if you specify this particular string, it is going to recognize it as a date. So I'm just going to go ahead and execute this query now. It doesn't have equality operator, yet it is going to return us records, because any date time that is greater than this particular thing is going to be returned in the result set. Now we can also use between and that is very easy. $29. So if I execute this, this is the output. So this is 2005 0524 to 2005 0529. So this is the range, and whatever happens in between this range, that is returned in the result set. Finally, I'm going to show you the like operator, how we can use it. So any date which is like this 2005 0524, okay, is going to be returned here. Okay, sorry, I made a small mistake. Yeah, so this is going to be the correct query, and 2005 0524, and so anything that is there in 2005 year will be returned as a part of your result set. So this is how we can work with dates. So we saw how we can represent the dates in the text format, and then how we can use equality and non-equality operators. We also saw how we can work with a date range using between and finally how we can use the like operator with dates. So thanks a lot for watching this video lecture. You will find a plenty of tables in Sakila database that has got date time column. You can try all these queries with them, write your own queries. So it is going to help you to improve your knowledge of SQL and how to work with dates. Thanks a lot once again, and I will see you next time.